Welcome to the Marketing Combat Podcast. My name is Jason Donnelly. The man sitting to my right, left, above, or below, depending on how you are consuming this content or just audio, is my boss, my friend, my mentor, and somebody I really respect. And I've said that on camera, Chris Cuberness. Tell us what we're arguing about today, Chris.
I must be getting close to salary talk time. Yeah. What time is it?
You guys are getting
paid?
paid?
Is that a thing? Yes, sometimes. So yeah, my name is Chris Cuberness. Today, we're talking about user data selling. So selling that data, get it out there. That's the data being sold. A breach of trust or business as usual. So I'm going to take the business as usual standpoint. I think user data selling is pretty straightforward, pretty standard. We as people have decided, hey, if I'm going to use this app, I am going to sign on the dotted line, and nobody looks at the documents here, but all of the contracts say that they can use your data however they want. And it is the cost of using free stuff, cost of using Meta, Facebook is Meta, Instagram, TikTok, some of your other favorite apps, Netflix, all of these applications that you're using for very cheap or free. They are using your data to offer new products, new services, enrich the data for themselves, for their applications, to make them more sticky, make them more addictive, and provide you better content, provide you better, like I said, products and services. And this is business as usual, selling that off. A good example is just Meta just sold a bunch of data to Netflix from private messaging, which was, I guess, useful for Netflix to figure out what kind of programming they should make. I don't know. People, maybe they're able to get into the DMs, and when someone's like, DMing about a show or DMing about something in their life, this data has all been sold to Netflix, and that's totally, business as usual. It affects you zero. I mean, a lot of people talk about how important their data is, and they actually don't give a crap. They feel like they should control it more. They feel like it's something very important to them, but they don't really care. So yeah, business as usual. This is the cost of using these applications, using these platforms, because those are expensive to run. And that's my 2 cents.
Do I agree with what I'm about to say? Maybe. I don't know. But here we go. I think it's a complete breach of contract or breach of trust. Yeah, breach of trust, because we do sign the contracts. It's complete breach of trust because you get on there and you think that you're just putting some information out, like in private messages, like you're just talking about, and nothing is private. Everything is recorded. Everything is saved. I read an article a few weeks ago that in the future, they might actually take your old content, your old messages, your deep dive stuff that you just talked about at some point, and use it against you for the future. So all the kids today that are just growing up in social media, everything that you're doing is being recorded. Everything that you're doing is being recorded. Listen to that. And it might be used against you in the future. Yeah. So I think it's court of law. But okay, so I don't think it's a breach of contract. I think it's a breach of trust. Because, you sign the contract, no matter how old you are when you get on these platforms. If you download some streaming service, if you get on the internet, honestly, they're tracking you. They're watching you. They're seeing what you're doing. If you're looking up bad stuff, they know. So I just think it's a breach of trust. All the platforms are doing it, and you just got to be careful out there. Like, honestly,
So why do we still trust them? I mean, that's a weird thing in some ways, because it's like, why even trust these platforms in the first place? And then
I don't.
If you are signing the contract, isn't that on you? You've built up some trust in something, in a corporation. They're laying it out there for you. I mean, you can read it in all the contracts. So like, how is it a breach of trust when they're literally like telling you, hey, I'm a tiger. I'm going to bite your hand off if you put it in the cage. And then like we put our hand in the cage and the tiger bites our hand off. And we're like, oh my God, the tiger bit my hand. I mean, what a bad tiger. And it's like, this sign said, don't put your hand in the cage. The tiger will bite it off. And you did it anyway.
Chris, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I have never read a contract for anything that I've ever signed. And every single one of the contracts for social media platforms that you log onto are at least 106 pages long. So I'm never going to read them either. And all the stuff that they're saying they're going to do, yes, it's probably in there, but I'm not going to read it, and neither's anybody else. So it's a breach of trust. That's it. I agree with myself.
They know you're not going to read it. Yeah, they do that. I mean, I must say that they probably, he's gone. I mean, I must say that you're right in the debate that it's like they purposely make it convoluted. They purposely make it hard to understand. I mean, it's legalese. It's not meant for you to understand it. It's not meant for you to read it easily. It's an opus, right? Like you sit there and it's like, okay, do I want to read, the whole Lord of the Rings series, or do I want to read this contract?
It's so dry and boring.
Yeah, and it's that's the problem, right? So I do believe that you're right in the sense of they're purposely making it convoluted. They're purposely making it long, exhausting. So yeah, you're right on that debate. But I still hold my position that you signed it, man. Business as usual. What do you guys think? Nefarious, breach of data, breach of trust, or business as usual? Let us know in the comments wherever you see this video. Do you like having your data breached, or do you not? It's up to you.
That's been Chris Cuberness, and I'm John McAfee.
Oh yeah. Nice one.
See you tomorrow.
See you guys in the next episode.
Bleh.